So I'm over here in Safeway, in the parking lot of Linwood. And so, whoops. Whenever I head inside whenever I leave my truck and have to go in anywhere, I know damn well that somebody's going to break and enter into my vehicle. And what they usually do is that the name of the game is deniable plausibility. So what they do is that they'll like take like a lighter or incrementally destroy some of my personal belongings. Not that it would like make an earth-shattering, screaming halt right then and there. Like for instance, if you had a record player and then the needle would come off. That's pretty much a showstopper right there. So it's nothing like that per se, but my ex-husband used to say, this is what he used to tell me. He used to say, if somebody did this to you every day, well, it doesn't seem like anything, earth-shattering. It doesn't, that's if somebody was doing it to you, I'm just showing you, okay? Not that you're doing it to yourself. But that if that happened, sooner or later you'd flip your switch. And whichever polarity you want to take that. So it's the same concept that whenever I leave my vehicle, somebody will always ordinarily come in and do some fuckery. The recent fuckery they've done is my rolling case that I use for my my system. One of the common things they do is disrupt the threading, and so they broke the threading in that. I'm all like, really? Anything that you destroy, you are amping to me in return 10,000-fold. So, okay. So, like, for instance, I didn't get my stage back from the Texas Renaissance Festival. A guy that I was told would call me didn't call me, and, I was being so heavily death marauded, I didn't keep banging on the door with that. It was too much, so that was taken from me. Then they weren't like, hey, little flower, we got your stage. Do you want to come get that? I heard that you had COVID, or you thought you had COVID during Thanksgiving weekend, and we would just like to help you out. It was nothing like that. It was, bye-bye, it's ours now. I'm like, okay. So I was so excited to see how that plays out. Yeah, that's like, going to amp me by 100 million-fold. Plus the fact that you, are fucking railroading an innocent woman alone. But at any rate, so whenever I step out of my vehicle and I go inside, I know that any one of these fuckers, is the planted shill that'll come over here and fuck with that. That's logistics. The question is, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, which motherfucker has to go? So, and sometimes whenever these fuckers actually follow you into a facility, they park right next to you. And they think you can't decode them. Then they run their game and really tip their hand. God forbid you were a real criminal. I'll address that later. So at any rate, yeah, it's just logistics, guys. And no matter what I do, I gave up caring a long ass time ago. And that's my advice to you targeted individuals. It's not to say you're permissive about them running their game with their gaslighting and, their hate crimes. It's to say, pick your battles. You have to preserve your own energy. And that's what I've learned to do. And just turn it all over to God. you know, because whatever they do to you, it'll come back to you in amped ways, you know, especially if you learn to forgive wholeheartedly and to pray prosperity and for them to thrive. Oh boy, you leveled that playing field leaps and bounds, and you become in spiritual control, you know, because I always turn it over to God, Pontius Pilate style. I'm like, you know what, God, I'm going to importune for this asshole on his behalf because I forgive him, you know, but you're going to do what's right because only you know what is in the heart and which is in the heart and in the soul of man or woman. These guys, they think they're so self-deluded with ego that they have the right to judge you. And the way that they go about judging anybody is all based on psychopathy. It's all based on stonewalling. So basically, they can accuse you of any goddamn thing and not even tell you about it, and then run around and tell each other that they're all in the right. That's what these other assholes do, and then they're too stupid to fucking realize it because number one, they don't know their own history. The history is we're not communists, honey. And what makes us different is that we promote innocence until proven guilty. So you get a court trial of law. These guys don't even know that much. They're all like, yeah, we can just gang stalk them with our gaslighting, you know, whatever. Meanwhile, they're pissing away the liberties of our country that good forefathers died for. And they're getting their Gestapo dick on with that Gestapo coin and then teaching their children to be indoctrinated how to become a goddamn psychopath. That's what's happening here. So one of these lovely assholes is marked to go into my shit. But it's not a matter of mystery. It's just a matter of general logistics and good sound common sense and all. Let's not even talk about critical thinking because these assholes don't even know how to critically think for themselves. And if they did, they would know how to keep their ethics clean instead of hoe out their fucking ethics. That's worse than a goddamn prostitute peddling his dick or pussy. I mean, it's just logistics.